Okay, welcome everyone to this episode of ForageCraft. So in this episode, we're going to be working on well, before I say what we're working on, this is going to be the last content, really, episode of this season. We'll talk more about that at the end of the episode, so stick around until then. But we're going to be finishing off the last piece of the base pieces. So we got a section over here, which I've left blank for quite a long time. I'm going to do some sort of special garden over there. I have not connected up the bottom of this dome to the ice bridge door, so I need to do that around the base there. And I need to do another garden thing over on this side, probably, and something on top of there. So I'm going to work on this section first, because I think that'll be the easiest to do. And then we'll just work our way around, I think, maybe. And then I'll bring it back when I have that done. Oh, and also in between episodes, I also extended out the other bridge a ways, just for, on both sides, just so that I have that done for future episodes and when I'm working on that, so I don't have to like, oh, did I remember this, or not, and have to redo everything because I did it wrong. Because I want to make sure it's all built in right with the correct dimensions and everything, because I'm going to connect them up like a bridge and do some arcs, because they're not 3x3 wide, so they don't fit in with everything. So I wanted to make sure they're connected so they actually fit in width-wise. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in a second when I have this section done. Okay, so welcome back. So, I have done quite a bit of work on this area here. I did not do any sort of waterworks and not any, like, complex terraining. But I added in this little glowberry thing to match the other side. I added in this little pathway here with the bamboo because I thought that would be fun. I'm going to connect up this to this portion over here when we get to that, when we do this part next. But the main thing I spent my time working on was doing some custom trees, which honestly I'm really digging, and they use a lot of different blocks. But I think I'm going to build a couple more of these around the base, like on some other out-hanging platforms and spots that I just sort of place bamboo on, just to give it a little more personality, I guess. So they are primarily oak wood with a bit of spruce, fences, chains, and mud bricks, like all the different types thrown in. I use spruce leaves. I think it gives a nice contrast. The spruce leaves also don't turn like a brownish gray, like the really tan brown, which I was not digging very much with the other leaf types in the biomes, so I can use this sort of tree around the world. I also put in a couple spore blossoms, some hanging roots, some dead coral, and some, what are they called again? I always forget. Glow lichen. Yeah, I used some glow lichen too. And I also put in some green candles just to give it a little bit of light. Since you can't exactly place them on leaves, which is annoying because they literally can be free floating, I just sort of put another block and then replaced it with the leaves after. So yeah, all of this is 100% legitimate in survival. Because I've seen a lot of people build custom trees that use like grass placed on leaves and bamboo hanging down below it and all that garbage. Yeah. That's only possible using World Edit, and it's obnoxious. So I wanted to go for a more possible vanilla thing. Oh, I also put some moss carpets on to give it a little detail on top of the leaves too. So yeah. Oh, and there's also some coarse dirt mixed in with the wood, just to give it a little more variety. I didn't want to put in spruce planks, so I thought coarse dirt would be a nice alternative. So. Oh, and I also connected up this to down here, the entry hall, because why not? Just to give it a little thing, and then we also have a walkway in here. So, yeah. So, while I still have these in my mind, I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on putting them in place around the base by the new shipment dome, which has the rock and the vines. I'm gonna put some of these around there. I might see if I can try to boost them in size a little bit, so I can put some hanging vines in between them. But that might not work out, so if it doesn't turn out that way, we'll work on that. But I'll bring you guys back when I have those trees built, and I'll just fly around and give you a little bit of a look-see at them. And then, yeah, so I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so welcome back. So, I've done quite a bit of work, and I also, a while ago, I bred some goats, and I decided to bring them up and just sort of put them around my base. As well as a few other mobs. It appears the goats have killed everything else, though I did get these 3 goat horns, which is pretty nice. I got Ponder, Call, and Yearn. But yeah, those are loud, and I'm fun. I want to collect the full set. So I kind of did a little bit of work over here. I kind of got rid of some of the bamboo, and I got rid of all of it, and then I built these trees, extended the vines a little bit, and then I put down some rocks and a couple of bushes, and then the bamboo, and it just sort of makes it feel less flat than it did before, because it felt so flat before. It's kind of ridiculous how flat it felt. And yeah, so we kind of extended that basically all the way around this outer ring, around the new villager hall and map room, sort of all the way around, just to give it a little more of a full feeling rather than just, oh, there's a path with flowers on it. So if I can move without 10 million times lag. So I also updated the maps in the map room just to sort of get some of the new stuff that wasn't there when I first built the map room. I'm hoping to eventually get to do like a bunch of just mapping of the general area, make the maps and then fly around and just sort of fill them in, and then we'll update them when I build something in that area, just so I have the whole thing working. See, so this is the other one. Yeah, that's that one. And yeah, I think it looks a lot better now than it did. And I like these trees a lot, and I think I might do something about that. And yeah. So I'm hoping eventually to do a bunch of custom terraining around here, which is why I'm kind of avoiding building around the footprint of the base. I'm just sort of leaving it blank for now until I figure out what I'm gonna do with, I want to do a bunch of floating islands and cliffs and stuff, and I just don't know what I want to do with that yet. And then once I figure that out, then I can do a little more work on the face of this and maybe cover it with vines and stuff. So we're leaving that for now, but we're pretty much almost done. Also, let's see, can I fly in this leg? That's the question. I also put some on the corners, the 3 of the 4 corners. Okay, this is gonna be hard with the bamboo. Let's see, the best way to take off. Come on. So yeah, that's not gonna work over here. Let's see where we got. I'm just gonna go down here and walk around. So on each of the 4 corners around the bottom level of the circular part of the dome, up there, I put a couple trees as well. There we go. Come on. Sort of like that there. As well as up here. And and the other corner over here as well. And I think it really makes it feel a little more homey, if you know what I mean. And just sort of doing that. So I think now, I also did a little bit of work on some furniture inside that I guess we'll see next episode when we do the final base tour, which is going to be a walk around. But for now, I'm going to work on this section here just to sort of get this part done while I'm still thinking about the trees, because I kind of want to put a couple more over here just to sort of finish off this section here, and then we'll finish off with that edge of the dome there in the next clip. So I'll catch you guys in a second when I have this spot cleared.
Okay, so I have completed this little corner down here. At least the building's sake. I have put a tree up, one tree, not really much space for anything else. Just sort of put in a little bit of like moss and grass and things, and just a little bit in there. I added in these stairs so you can access this area with the snow golems and get up to the top as well, up here, and also to this little room over here, which I think I'm going to leave empty for now. I don't really see much point in putting any sort of furniture here, just because it's so small, and I just kind of think it's perfectly fine like this. Though I might put in a couple just like random barrels and boxes and stuff just to give it a little bit of something. But that'll be maybe in the future. And then underneath the tree here, if I can use the elytra properly, I have... okay. So when I was putting in some moss and doing the bone meal, apparently that spread down there, which is stupid. I'll fix that. So I added this area here, employees only. This is for my little shop area down here. It's gonna, so based on how the shopkeeper plugin works, you can't do any sort of piping or anything to add anything into the chests. All it does is this like that, and then you can't enter anything or take anything out. So I'm thinking of changing this so that there's at least one in each of the different sections, which means I'm gonna have like 8 more added in later on when I decide to sell more stuff. But all the things back there, that's for extra storage, possibility, extra storage stuff back there. If and when I decide to add that in, this will just be extra storage, and I can label it with signs and stuff for each of them for extra stock for ease of access. And then, yeah. So, I guess now it is time to do the last little piece of actual structure to this base. We are going to be working, if I can fly, we are going to be working on this edge right here. We're going to be working on this right around here, underneath this glass dome, just to sort of connect it up and finish it off. We're not going to be doing too much underneath the basic decoration here. It's just going to be like this, just around, following this pattern, maybe with some stairs or something to go up there, but or scaffolding or something. Just add that in, and then we'll call it good. So, when this is done, I guess I will catch you guys in a second when I have this part done. And then, yeah, we'll end off the episode there. So, I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so welcome back. So, I have completed this edge of the dome area. So, I decided to basically just slightly remove the glass, and shift around the pillars so they're not straight down. They just go into the wall, which opens it up. It makes it feel more rounded, even though it's like not too much more rounded. It feels more rounded than it did before. I added this catwalk across so you can get to here through this way from the other side, which you can get to through this glass door here. I added a little bit of color to this because it was looking a little boring and gray. I added some spruce trapdoors and some mud brick walls there. And outside, I basically just put it down on top of this, and I think that looks fine for now. Just sort of relatively simple, but pretty nice looking, I think. And yeah, so we're gonna end this episode here. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos in the series, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode, the finale of Season 1. So, hope to see you then. Bye!